What's good, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's your boy, the Ball and JMoney, and I'm back again with another pool video. This is going to be a product video review. And what's going to be very unique about this is we're going to be doing a little bit of talking about what it took for me to get the product, my first impressions as soon as I saw the product, and then we'll just do a couple demonstrations using the Initals Drill. As you see, my Initals Drill is set up with the J and the M. So we will go ahead and get right into it. So ladies and gentlemen, what I have is a vintage walking cue stick.
Wow.
Now, when I'm saying walking cue stick, this is also a cane. This is a walking cane that you can turn into a pool stick. I'm not able to determine the exact information based on this current time on the video, but if you look at this, I got this stick on eBay. I was able to get a discount on it because I was able to negotiate with the seller, but I was able to get this stick as soon as I got back from my vacation, and I started doing the review video right away. So if I come over to y'all. So what I loved about this stick was the designs on the butt. It's mostly there is a lot of scrapes on this stick, as you might be able to see really well, but you can see a few scrapes here and there, especially up here. But this is the butt of the walking stick, so like if I were to use it, this part right here would be the cane part of the stick, and you could just use it like a regular stick. And as you can see, you might not be able to see it really well, but so I could actually walk around with this stick if I wanted to. But how is this a pool stick? I'm gonna show you guys. So if y'all are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and sit right here real quick. So the first thing you gotta do is take this piece off right here. And also for the record, there's two different pieces that you take off of this stick. And my first impression was I thought this was very unique. But I'm gonna explain the first half of this portion. So you're gonna take the whole piece off like this. You're just gonna unscrew it, okay? And then you see a hole, and then you see this. So when you turn this around, you now have the shaft inside the stick. And my first impression when I saw it was this was a wooden shaft, of course. The stick is definitely repairable and possibly replaceable because this tip is 100% flat. So this is definitely not a playable stick as of right now, but I do have the tools that I need to work on replacing this tip. So I will go ahead and do that here in our video today, and we'll do some demonstrations as I mentioned before. So now that you took the shaft out of the butt of the cue, you can tell that this still has a little weight even though you took the shaft off. Now you take the cane portion off like this. So now you can take the shaft part and connect it here like this. So now you have a pool stick. So basically you're transforming a walking cane into a unique pool stick. Now I haven't really determined the size of the stick as of this video, but from the feel of the weight, this feels like a great stick to use for breaks as well as for playing. So as far as I'm concerned, this is definitely a great stick for either situation. Now, I still got these two pieces on here. So what you do is you take these pieces and you put them together. And then at the butt of the stick, this is where you connect these together. And now I mentioned that there's another piece that you take off right here. So you take the second half of this piece off, and now you got a leather piece. So whenever you're like waiting to shoot pool, you could just be like this. And this keeps this part from scraping from the floor. So now you can hold your stick like this. So you don't really have to have this attached if you don't want to. You just put it in your pocket for the time being. But for just the purpose of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and put this back on here. And now, as you can see, a fully set pool cue that is a walking cane. So you might wonder, why did I get this stick? I wanted something different for one. And I did see a TikTok video where somebody was actually showing a demonstration of a stick like this. And I managed to find one on eBay, as I showed y'all earlier. So if y'all saw that screenshot, I got this on eBay. So if you wanted to get something like this, I wouldn't even know where to get it. So luckily I found somebody that was selling it, and this is the only one he had. So I was lucky getting this for a good price. So as I mentioned, that there is issues with this tip. So I wonder let's see what I can do with it. So yeah, this is one of those to where it's going to have to be super glued on possibly. And it looks like I could maybe super glue a tip right here. I might be able to do that because this is all it is. It's just a completely flat tip. So let me go through my tools here. So I don't think these will fit on a tip like this because I do have replaceable tips, as you can see right here. So I don't know if I will be able to put this on here. I don't want to break it either, so I got to be very careful with something like this. I wonder if these tips that I recently got, yeah, see, these are too big, so these ain't gonna, so this tip replacement is too big, so this is definitely a no-no. So as far as I'm concerned, we're not going to use these. Now if I could, let me try something. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, so this is definitely missing a piece right here. So I definitely so I have one of two options. I can either take this tip apart and replace it with this one right here, or I could just get the piece that I would super glue on top of this, like my carbon fiber stick for instance, and attach it there. So I think that despite the fact that this does not have a tip really, I mean, it's set up perfectly fine. I just have to get a tip on it. So I know if I was to shoot this pool cue right now, yeah, it's making that noise because there's no tip. Now these type of tips is not going to work because I mean it could work, it may not work. Let me see. You know what, I think I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to take this tip off and replace it myself. So let me go get something real quick. Hold on a second, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these and let me see. Can I unscrew this or something? Let me see. So right now the tip just got. Oh, okay. So cool. Okay. So I can unscrew. Okay. So I thought so. So all right. So this is the type of stick where it's screwed in. So you see this tip right here is screwed. This is a screw, as y'all can see. Okay. So you see, I just took it off the tip. So what that means is I can take one of my replacement tips. Let's see if I can screw it on. Awesome, it fits, awesome. All right, so I got a tip replacement just like that. That is awesome. So we can just go ahead and just, bye-bye. So that one can go. So now that we did that part, this one can go too. This one's useless. Okay, so now that we was able to replace the tip without breaking it, so that's awesome. I am so glad that paid off. Now let's go ahead and tighten this one up. Let's tighten it up first without breaking it. Okay, so it is on pretty tight. Now let's get our trimmer and let's trim it up. So this type of stick, I think is going to be a very reliable stick. So we're going to go ahead and get our little trimmer here, and we'll go ahead and get to work. All right. So I didn't want you to get bored from watching me repair this tip, but I hope you guys could see how I just put the brand new tip replacement on it. So it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. So we'll go ahead and get some chalk. So let's go ahead and we will go ahead, put the chalk on. Like so, and now we got ourselves Alrighty. Pull tip. Okay. Well, now that we got that taken care of, we will go ahead and get a couple rounds of pull in real quick, and we'll see how it feels. So I'm gonna go ahead and, before I do, let me take this handy dandy smoother right here for the shaft. I'm gonna make sure that this is properly smooth for my hands, so I don't have to use a glove. Okay. And I think, you know what? Okay. So as you see, I got the Initals Drill set up. So we'll go ahead and get our chalk this up again. And let's see how this feels. So let's get it. Let's go. Wow, that was actually pretty interesting. It seemed like every time I was stroking this cue stick, it seemed like once I made my final stroke, seemed like there was some extra weight that would prevent me from putting too much power on the stick. So I think this will allow me to allow my strokes to be a much more smoother and more relaxed than just being so tense. So I do like the fact that it gave me the good muscle memory to allow myself to hit the shots without putting so much speed on my shots. So I would say overall, so far, I'm very pleased with my latest investments on this stick. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into a quick game of 8-ball, and I'm gonna give my final thoughts on this vintage walking cue stick, and then I'm gonna go ahead after that and show y'all what it looks like once you convert it back to a cane. So let me go ahead and set it up for 8-ball, and then we'll play the 8-ball game. So let's see if this walking cue is great for breaks. Here we go. Can't complain too much about it being a breaking stick, but I would say definitely worth giving it a try for me. So I probably think it'd be good to just use this type of vintage stick for breaks and playing. So let's go ahead and play some 8-ball. Let's go ahead and get a shot in. Okay. Decent position for the 4. Let's go for the 1. That could have been made if that 6 was in the way. All right, so strikes, 10. I'm gonna go through this quick, so I won't be doing much chalking. So, 14 corner pocket. Yeah, it's definitely ball, corner. Okay. Let's try the 11. Yeah, I really am enjoying. I am so glad I got this stick. 13 this side. See if we get the 5 down into this corner. Go. 3-ball. 2-ball. Okay. I know I'm not calling all my shots where I should be. 1 ball in the corner. Okay. 6. I'm missing easy ones. 15 side. 1 ball. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm not even putting any power, but it's definitely adjusting me for not taking these shots so hard. 8-ball bank corner. Oh, that's right. 8-ball down to the corner. And there it is. Wow, y'all, I am like speechless when it comes to this stick. I don't have to put much power on a stick like this because as soon as I make my final stroke, it seems like the extra weight, might be because of this, is not allowing me to put so much force on this type of stick. So if I were to rate this stick best of 10, I would say I'd have to give it a 7, even though this is definitely a vintage stick, something like you would find at like a thrift shop or an antique shop. But like I said, I got this on eBay from somebody who was selling it. I did have to replace the tip because the tip it came up with had no trim and it was completely flat. So I did replace the tip myself. It was just this portion. So that's a good thing for me. And again, this is a vintage walking cane that you convert to a pull stick. So we're going to conclude this video of me taking it apart and turning it back into a walking cane. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe for future videos. And I have a lot of videos coming up. I have a lot of videos that I've recently updated when it comes to my trip. So make sure you all subscribe to check out my future videos. This piece protects this, like so. We put the shaft inside here, like that. And then we put this piece right here. And now I got myself a walking cane. Woo! So I don't know about y'all, but I'm really glad that I got myself a stick. Now this type of stick, will I take it with me on trips and stuff? I probably will. But I'm gonna definitely talk more about this stick on my next TikTok live. So make sure y'all check out my TikTok in the description below, and make sure y'all follow me if y'all want to check out that live where I talk a little bit more about this stick. So if y'all got any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, make sure you click that like button. And I thank y'all for being here in my video today, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace. I'm out.